Check out the view from my shower, dude. Pretty epic. Look at this little guy. What's up, buddy? There's all kinds of epic birds that fly up here. Yellow, red, blue, green. It's pretty amazing. This is so sweet though. Taking a shower from this spot. It's pretty awesome. I'll show you my little crib where I've been for the past few months. This is actually from the bed, which is pretty sweet too. You can just open up all these windows and you can see right out the bedroom window, man. It's like wake up in the morning chilling to this right here, and then come over here. Right now it's the sunset. I actually just woke up from a little nap. Pretty epic. Oh, they've been building this new little hut thing here. See this thing? New structure going up. Basically today and yesterday they were doing that. I'm sure they're gonna start laying the tiki hut thatching on there real soon too. Coming to you from the coast of Ecuador. Chilling up in this piece. Although I think the brightness is too much right now for this camera. Maybe I'm going to shift this over to the iPhone in a second. Oh, look at that. Oh. I'll be right back. That's a lot better. Hey. Oh, look at that. Coming in from the trusty iPhone 6S now. It's amazing how much better this camera handles bright light like this than a lot of actual cameras. Let's go for a little stroll, y'all, on the beach. Although it's high tide, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to walk much, but let's go down there and check it out, y'all. So this is my crib where I've been staying the past couple months. Costa Ecuador. Epic spot. It's actually been kind of gloomy and rainy the past few days, but sun's back. Right now is a good time of year, so there's a bunch more people in town. But this spot is still super mellow. This particular spot is super mellow right now. Alright, let's see what's up here. I'm gonna go for a little cruise over here. There's actually not too many people on the beach right now compared to the past couple of weeks. Look at that image. Pretty epic. Pretty epic spot. There's actually some waves out here. Shit. I'm sleeping on the surf. I should have the surfboard out there. But we get out there almost pretty much every day, so we can take a little break from that. This is what we do every day pretty much. Every day at the end of the day. Right now the weather's just epic, so you can come out on the beach if you want to. Usually I just chill up at my spot because it's such a good view up there. It's amazing. Epic. These guys have a hotel with a restaurant, some good Italian food. If you want to go get that Italian food, they got it. I think tomorrow actually there's another swell rolling through here, and it's going to be some bigger waves again. We'll find out soon enough. But yeah, almost every day, dude, I come out here and do this walk like this, or I'll just chill up on the balcony. And it's pretty epic. What up, what up? I got the microphone so you can actually hear me. I actually wanted to talk about in this video when things don't actually go as you plan when you're traveling, because it happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but it definitely is gonna happen. And it's happened to me in this location, this amazing location right now. Believe it or not, the past few days in this epic freaking spot, I've been stressing my freaking brains out because the internet is not working. It's like I really, really need to work right now. I work from the internet, and the internet has not been working. It's kind of crazy and super surprising to me because it's worse now than it was 5 years ago. And I mean, pretty much everywhere I've been in the world, especially developing nations, the internet is 100 times better than it was 5 years ago. So it's kind of crazy that 5 years later, coming here, it's not working as well. When I say it's not working as well, like I'm paying for the best signal they have that's like 8 megabytes per second, which is fine. You can work from that. It's not super fast, but it works. And right now, like the past week or 10 days, it's been averaging like 0.5 to 1.5 megabytes per second, like throughout the day, except late at night. You know, at least the internet I have, that's what's been happening. And I have my own connection. I actually started paying, I was able to get my own internet, and that's what's happening. And it's so frustrating, dude. It is so frustrating to be in such an awesome spot and have your plan set up. You know, my plan was to stay here for 6 months. I've already been here 3. And I got the motivation, man, and I really wanted to start cranking out a bunch of work and all this stuff that I wanted to, you know, create and put online. And I haven't been able to really do that the past couple weeks because the internet's just not letting it happen. And it's fucking frustrating, man. It's amazing too, man. It is amazing the way it goes down around here, because like this is the first time I've experienced what it's like to be in a monopoly, and I can tell you right now, anytime there's a monopoly, it's a horrible thing. You know, in this area there's only 2 internet providers, and they don't give a because they know you don't have a choice. You either deal with them and go with them, or you're not going to have internet. It's your decision, you know. And it's like, it kind of, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I'll send them screenshot after screenshot showing, you know, dude, this internet is not working. It's like 0.7 megabytes per second. I'm paying for 8. You know, why? What's going on? And it's just been weeks of it. And they say they're going to send someone out, then they won't send anybody out. They won't respond to your messages, and they don't give a shit because they don't really have to. Like, they don't. There's no other options. So you either deal with it or you just don't have internet at all. So it's kind of crazy, and it can be frustrating as hell. But when you're traveling around the world, you're gonna run into this stuff, dude. It's going to happen. Like, it's going to happen. It's not if, it's when. And you have to learn to just deal with it, or look at the situation and ask yourself, what is this trying to tell me? What is the sign here? What am I supposed to be doing that I'm not doing? And, you know, and do that. You know, for example, in this situation, there are things that I need to do that don't require the internet that I haven't done yet. So I need to do those. And I have started working on that stuff. And it's actually good. You know, like, it has forced me to finish my book, for example. I wrote this travel book 5 years ago, and I never finished it, and I never launched it, which is insane. 5 years ago, when I was in this exact spot, I wrote the book. You know, this is a full like, you know, 200 and whatever, 20 page, 60,000 word book that's loaded with all kinds of tips and stories and all kinds of things for my travels around the world, and I never freaking got it out there. And so that was part of why what I wanted to work on and get done. And this has kind of forced me to focus on that, and the book is almost done now, which is good. So I'm just focusing on the things right now that I know I can do without the internet. And then when I get to the point where I just have to have the internet 100% and there's nothing else I can do, if I'm not getting the internet, I'm going to have to bounce. I'm going to have to bounce out of here, which would suck. It would kill me. It's such an epic spot, and I don't want to leave it. But if I have to, I will, So you have to adapt when you get to your situation, whatever it is. There's a million different scenarios that it could be, and you have to adapt to whatever it is. The plans are not always going to go exactly as you made them, and you just got to learn to be willing to go with the flow so you don't freaking lose your mind, because it's going to happen, dude. It's going to happen. So, that's my message on this video, is just learn to go with the flow, especially while you're traveling, because things are different in different places, and it really does make you appreciate, where you're from. If you come from a developed place, you go to some of these spots, you're going to appreciate certain things from your home, and you're going to hate other things from your home. You're just going to hate, there's going to be other things like, how fast people are moving, the level of stress, what people focus on, things like that. When you come to these small developing places, like, people are just more like, I don't know, they're just more easygoing about even stuff like what I'm dealing with right now. They just go with the flow more, and in some ways it's not good because things don't get done as fast as maybe they should or could. But in other ways, you realize it is what it is, and it's not that big of a deal. Like, you're still going to survive. You just have to adapt, basically. So the better you get at adapting to whatever the situation is, the happier you're going to be, and the better your experience is going to be over time. So that's my message on this one, guys. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't lose my mind on this one. It's been pretty insane how it's been, though. I can't believe 5 years later the internet's worse than it was. It's kind of hard to believe that. That's why I've just been pushing so hard to figure this out. So it's crazy too. It works at like 4 in the morning to 6 in the morning. That's when I actually get the speed that I'm paying for. So I know it actually does work. I know that what the problem is in this case is they're basically selling 100 units of internet to 400 people is the best way to describe it. And right now there may be 800 people using that because it's a really busy time of year here right now. So, it's like, it is what it is. So we're just trying to deal with it. Wish me luck. And I wish you guys luck too. Whatever challenges you run into, go with the flow and you'll be good to go. It's pretty amazing how different things can be when you go back to a place that you visited before and remember being so epic. When I was here last time I was here 5 years ago, the weather was absolutely perfect every day. Once it shifted, it was perfect for like 6 months straight. There was amazing waves to surf every day, and my internet worked consistently. It wasn't great, but it worked where I could work from. This time around, this is what the weather's looking like right now. The waves really haven't been that good to surf from, and the internet has been a complete nightmare for me. It's pretty amazing how things can change from one time you visit a place to the next time. This is so classic and right on time. Literally, as I'm loading this video up, I get notice from the internet company saying they're cutting the internet tomorrow from 10 to 3 p.m. It's so funny. Actually, the funny part is, I'm thinking, dude, what's the difference? It hasn't been working between those times for the past 3 weeks straight. The only positive I can think about this is maybe they're doing something to actually improve the internet. Hopefully. We'll find out. We'll find out. Things could be way... Oh, damn, that guy just did a nice 360. Things could be way worse, I mean, it could just be... It's amazing how much worse it could be than it is right now. This is nothing, dude. Chilling in this freaking epic spot. I have a roof over my head. I got food. It's like... I'm so freaking lucky. And most likely you are too, wherever you are. Even if you're in some grungy ass city, you know, and you're just like, you know, running through concrete jungles and have a job you don't like or whatever it is, like most likely your scenario is probably 1,000 times better than a billion people around the world. So don't forget that. And when you start bugging out about your situation, whatever it is, just remind yourself that you are lucky and that, you know, there's always a way to improve your situation. If you feel like you're stuck or trapped and there's no way out, there's always a way, dude. You always just got to think. Sometimes you got to step back, take a breath, and regroup, and you'll figure it out. All right, y'all. Catch you on the flip. Sean Stone signing off. Random ramblings coming to you from the coast of Ecuador. Globe hopping. Stay tuned. I'm gonna bring some helpful stuff. That's my plan, to bring some helpful stuff, some entertaining things too. Later, y'all.